Hey everybody, I'm Brooke Bletcher and I'm the director of our preteen ministry, Route 56. One thing that God is doing in my life right now is actually through my son, Oliver. Oliver is 19 months old and he absolutely loves to be outside. He loves to check out rocks and watch the birds and the planes in the sky. He loves being outside so much that if we're going anywhere, I have to carry him, because if I don't, we will stop at every single blade of grass along the way. One morning, a few weeks ago, we were trying to get out the door and on our way, and my hands were full and we were running a little bit behind. So I decided to let him walk the 4 feet from our front door to the car. Sure enough, he immediately sat down and he started picking up rocks. And I'm trying to rush him over to the car while my bag is falling off my shoulders and my coffee is spilling everywhere. And it was just a mess. So I gave up and I decided to put my stuff on the hood of my car. And I went to go pick Oliver up. Now, even in my frazzled state, I knew that if I just took the rocks away from him, I would upset him, and I did not have time for a tantrum. So I approached him with caution. And as I started to slow myself down and approach my son gently, I actually saw what Oliver was doing. I could feel God telling me that I needed to pay close attention to what was about to happen. I could really feel God's presence in that moment. Oliver wasn't just sitting and playing with rocks, he was studying them. He had a rock in his hand and he was turning it over and noticing every single detail about it. I sat and watched him for a minute, and every time a bird or a plane would fly by, he would look up to see if he could find it in the sky. And every time he would find one, he would point up to it and he would look at me to see if I noticed it too. My son did not seem to mind that we would be late, while I'm sitting there thinking, how am I going to explain that I'm late because my son was playing with rocks? Oliver was doing exactly what God intended for us to do. Oliver was looking at the world that God created with wonder and amazement. He was appreciating the details in the world around him. God could have made this world so plain and simple, but he didn't. He created so much beauty and put so many details into everything out of his immense love for us. These little details help remind us just how powerful God is and how much he loves us. We all get busy and we get wrapped up in our rigid schedules, and we can get frustrated with everything that needs to be done, or maybe overwhelmed by the pressure that we feel to accomplish everything. And as a result, we end up missing out on opportunities to grow in our faith and chances to interact with the people that are around us who need Jesus. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Let us take some time today to rest in God's presence and